Joao Felix talks to Arsenal advance. That has been confirmed to us by Duncan Castles. You know him, he works for the Times. He's one of the credible journalists that have ever lived in the game of football. And he rarely comes out to speak about transfers. But when he really pops out and gets out his nose to poke it into something, just know that is really credible. And we might be seeing another shocking Arsenal transfer, because the first story I've done today, I've told you that Arsenal are willing to go on and break the bank and spend heavy in the January transfer window. And there is a possibility that Joao Felix might come in through and Arsenal pay the money later in the summer, not in January. Then Mudryk latest to Arsenal. We have it. And lastly, we're going to talk about Ben White's situation. Remember, it's really pumping up, and Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to really explain a little bit how he's adhering to what we call the camp of Arsenal and what he has been going in through. Welcome to this channel. Rokani David is my name. Second video of the day. Thank you for showing us love. Continue to subscribe. We are having we are left with 600 is it 600 subscribers? Yeah, to hit 9,000 subscribers on the channel. So guys, continue to subscribe. Please, I beg, continue to subscribe. I'm sorry. How do I come in front of camera without really putting my collar right? So let's get into this as we go on to really reveal to you the news that is happening right now in the land. Now, been told by Duncan Castles via Daily Record that Atletico Madrid are prepared to let Joao Felix join an English Premier League club on loan next month, as long as the cost of the contract are covered in full. Arsenal are interested in signing Felix following the loss of Jesus to surgery. You've known that. So recently, in the past 1 week, I think the transfer of Joao Felix to Arsenal had lost momentum, and it was not all that everywhere. But right now, we've been told by Duncan Castles, he's a credible journalist, mind you. He's a seasoned journalist. He has been here for so long. He knows the gimmicks of the transfer window. And I know that this is fake or this is not fake. Now, the reason as to why the deal of Joao Felix to Arsenal had really decreased in momentum and the news was not all flowing as expected was simple. One, Joao Felix was linked to PSG by Di Marzio. Di Marzio came out and told us that the player doesn't want to come to the Premier League and he wants to go to PSG in League One. I came out and rubbish that. I said, no, that cannot happen. At the age of 22, Joao Felix cannot sacrifice his career to go to PSG. With an agent like George Mendes, who has been putting these players in here and out, he knows where he's supposed to be. His destination should be the Premier League. At the age of 22, he can come up and tear the Premier League. And I told you that I'm 100% sure this man, the agent George Mendes, is working tooth and nail to see to it that a deal of Joao Felix to the Premier League is concerned on loan. And secondly, even if there is no an option to buy, he knows that if at all he goes to the Premier League and tears it up, he will obviously be one of those players that will regain their value. Because the problem with Joao Felix is simple. His value dropped. They bought him close to 130 million euros, but which team can come in and really give you that amount of money? And they tied him on a long contract. When you look at the contract of Joao Felix, I think he signed a 6 or 7 year contract. Let me confirm here with market value. His contract expires in 2026. Meaning that if his contract is expiring in 2026, and I believe there might be an option of 1 year, he signed a contract of 7 years. 7 years. He joined them in 2019, and now here we go. He is there for how many years? Has been there for how many years? 2020, 2021, 2022. 3 years. Meaning that he is having more 4 years on his contract. So I believe if Arsenal can agree on getting this player on loan, this is where this deal has come easily to go on and execute by Arsenal. They've been told, can you pay his salary? Full salary? Yes. And let me see, Joao Felix, how much do you earn a week? Joao Felix. Weekly wages. Let me see, how much does he earn? Oh, He earns a lot of money. He earns a lot of money. He earns 280,000 pounds, sorry, euros. He earns 280,000. That is like 200 and I think it's around, let me be exact, euro to pounds. I want to be exact. I don't want to come in here and really put out something that is really inaccurate, because I'll be letting my fans down. 280. Oh, let me see. It's 280. All right, I was right. Approximately 250,000 pounds a week. Now, can Arsenal go ahead and really maintain or manage that wage bill? That's what Atletico want for now, because they've even let Cunha, the other Brazilian, leave for Wolves on loan, and they expect that 50 million pounds in the summer. Now, for Joao Felix, it's really tricky because of the amount of money they want. They want close to 100 million euros, and no club is going to give them 100 million euros with the way Joao Felix has been performing. That's a fact. Now, what the agent of Joao Felix has gone ahead to do to negotiate a deal with Premier League teams that, please, the player is available. The first option is, can you pay his salary a week fully? And I believe Arsenal can do that. Arsenal can go ahead and really do that. So the others are going to come in as bonuses. They'll have to pay a little loan fee. Then they'll see and weigh in the summer whether he's worthy joining Arsenal or not. And I believe if Arsenal really get Joao Felix right now on a loan and performs very well, I believe it will be they will be in a better position of cashing in 100 million euros to Atletico Madrid. You know why? They would have joined the Champions League. Champions League means more money. They would have finished in a proper position in the Premier League, because it has taken Arsenal very many years to see either they finish in the 5th position. But if at all they finish first or second, they would have made close to 500 million pounds from that triumph. So note that Arsenal might be really going to execute this deal. And what has gone ahead to show me that there is something cooking, this is what Duncan Castles concluded this story with. He said, Manchester United are considering Felix as a replacement for Ronaldo. Discussions with Arsenal are understood to be more advanced at the present. Have you heard that? Discussions, Joao Felix to Arsenal discussions are advanced. That's it. Arsenal wants a player. Arsenal wants a player, and there is no way they are not going to miss out on a player of the quality of Joao Felix. I've always told you that Mikel Arteta wants a player who always wants a player that Man City loves. Joao Felix was one of those players on the ladder of Man City in the summer, provided Bernardo Silva really left. You get? And they still want him. Let no one lie to you. They still want him. So if Arsenal is granted an opportunity to sign this player on loan for the next 6 months in January, as a player known as Gabriel Jesus recovers, that helps them and puts them in a position to go on and really win the Premier League. If Arsenal want to win the Premier League, and if at all they are serious, they should sign a centre forward. If they don't sign a centre forward, that will put an end to their seriousness. That's it. That's it, guys. And I believe they are really advanced in this deal, as Duncan Castles is telling us. Now, after that, let's talk about Mudryk, a player that Arsenal is willing to go on and break the bank and pay cash, not getting him on loan as Joao Felix. They are willing to go all out and pay cash for Mudryk. Fabrizio Romano has told us that Arsenal have the green light on the player's side, because Mudryk would be happy to join Arsenal. He would be really happy to try this Premier League experience. So now it's on the clubs. Let's see how the negotiations will go. That is what Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to come out and really let us know about the situation of Mudryk. So Mudryk has already given Arsenal what we call the green light to go on and get this deal done, and that's it. And obviously they really want to go on and really get this deal done. When the deal is done, well, obviously Arsenal will benefit. Imagine an Arsenal with Joao Felix and Mudryk. Those two signings are going to be superb. they are really going to be superb. One, Mudryk will be playing on the left attacking side of the midfield, competing with Emily Smith-Rowe and Martinelli. Then Joao Felix will come in through, compete with Edin Ketia. Then later, when Jesus comes in through, it will be a very, 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 very attack-minded team of Arsenal. That's it. But what does that confirm to us if at all Joao Felix join Arsenal? That Edin Ketia will be sold, according to me. The reason as to why Edin Ketia never wanted to renew his contract at Arsenal was because he was not getting enough playing time. Even with Jesus around and no third striker when he was second fiddle, he never started any Premier League game this season. I think he's going to start his first Premier League game this season when Arsenal is playing West Ham. That's it. That is on Tuesday. That's when magic is going to happen. But right now, things are not as rosy for Edin Ketia because the scare is still there. I believe if at all he was a competent striker, Mikel Arteta wouldn't have gone in for Joao Felix. Why? He would have known that let him come in through and get the job done. Then later, when he really gets an injury, Martinelli can come in and really lead the line with him. But because Arteta doesn't trust him, he wants a centre forward that is certified to get the job done. As I told you in the first story I did today by Gary Jacobs, that Arsenal are 100% willing to go and make a heavy spend in the winter transfer window. So for Mikhailo Mudryk, he has gone ahead to give Arsenal green light to see to it that he comes in and plays for the club. He can't wait to play for Arsenal, and Arsenal have been confirmed as the team that is serious on this player by the sporting director of Shakhtar Donetsk. Smash the like button, comment and share, guys, and let's get into our last story of this podcast. Now, Arteta has said something on Ben White's exit from the English national team. He said that's something personal that is down to Ben. We have done everything that we could to support him, to again give him an environment that is comfortable in. He has been exceptional with us, and that is what we expect for him. And this confirms to you that this lad is going to be part of the team of Arsenal that is going to play against West Ham on the 26th. It's a confirmation from Mikel Arteta. And they have done the best for him, but they had nothing to do for him because he fell out with the manager, because the manager never really gave him a chance to play in the World Cup. Yet a chance was there in the game of Wales. You get the likes of Callum Wilson came in and played, Calvin Phillips played, and very many others. But he would have taken off Maguire to grant him a chance, at least to play a minute in the World Cup. But the manager of England said no, and really never brought him on. That really pissed him off. And the next day, they really had a brawl together. And that resulted into Ben White being kicked out of the England national team. And I was 100% sure he was going to join the Arsenal team no sooner had England got neglected out of or knocked out of the tournament. So, and it happened like that, and no one got to know that he had traveled until we saw him in the training pictures with Thomas Partey in Dubai. So that confirms to you that there was something fishy that really happened, but Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to come out and provide the desired defense for his player, that is Ben White. He's one of those players that I really believe he's very good and talented. And the problem why the fans of England, most of them are really calling out for a change of the national team manager, is because of favoritism. To me, I really compare Southgate with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had his own players he wanted. Favoritism brought a lot of problems to him. Now, when you look at Southgate, he has favoritism. He does not pick his team on merit. I believe Ben White would have played minutes in that World Cup because he has been one of the most consistent players in the Premier League. However, much is not better than Trent, Reece James, and many others. But with England playing Wales, why not give him a chance? Why not give him a chance? Give him a chance and play minutes. Even in the game against Senegal, you come out, you score like 3 goals. By the Senegal he had really left. I mean, the first game against Iran, he's one of the most consistent players, young, and you would need him in future. And that's why teams that win the World Cup go on to do that. Look at Argentina right now. Argentina phased out of their players that I recall. They came back with little of them. The Otamendi's, Messi, Paredes. There is this other player. I think Paredes is Paredes like 25, 26. Angel Di Maria. I think those are the experienced players they came with that were at the World Cup, because they had only 7 players that really played in the semi-final of the World Cup of 2018. Now, if you are a very good manager, you know that Ben White is part of my plan. Get him to get a little bit of a World Cup experience in your team. And he's just 23, 24 years of age. You need him. That's it. Time is going to come when England needs Ben White. So, I think he got it wrong, and he should change from being from picking players on favoritism to merit. Players should be played on merit. So I believe Ben White had the right time to go on and do, because he was spending time at a side that was not really valuing him. A side called England never valued his time, yet he knew that he had a job to do at Arsenal. And Mikel Arteta considered him as a very, 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 very important player in his squad. And I believe before he really made this decision, he talked to people like Mikel Arteta, and I think they discussed and they came up with an ultimatum that, please leave the camp, tell them you want to go out. And then he left. Though I heard that there was a bust in between Southgate, his assistant, and Ben White. But all in all, Ben White is back fully fit, and they've managed the situation very well, as Mikel Arteta is going to explain to us. So guys, tell me your reactions to Joao Felix to Arsenal discussions at advance. Tell me what you think about it. Mudryk Greenlight to join Arsenal. Then Ben White's situation explained by Mikel Arteta. All your thoughts are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And may the mighty Lord bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. I think we're having 2 more left. Guys, it's going to be a marathon today. Thank you for watching again. I'm out.